Hi everybody, and welcome to Tea Stains, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. I've never even played this game. I've heard of it a few times, and I hear it's a lot like Portal, and that it's just a messed up game, playing on your mind and shit. So thought I'd try it out. Anyway, so let's begin the game. End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Oh god. This is gonna be one of those types of games that's gonna fuck with my mind, isn't it? Oh man, it's taking forever to load. Knowing this game, I'm all worried that it's actually not doing anything. Jesus, how much game is it loading? Apparently a lot. Alright.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let's listen.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month
apparently.
of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well, good for Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Solid.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Whoa, god. You move very easily. There's nothing. Can't click anything? Ooh. Clicking makes a noise. Whoa.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly.
Oh, good.
The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Great.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
My god.
But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh god. God, what the fuck is happening? God, I left the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, perhaps. Dude, this is one crazy ass game. Oh, what a nice flower. Or might not even be a flower. What a nice leaf.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh. But. Okay, I'll go on my left. I've seen this picture before. Oh, hey.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
No.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright, let's go to the boss's office. Broom closet. Whoa, it opened actually. What the fuck?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I feel like that means there is something here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
How far up? I guess further. Ooh. Jesus. Boss lives in luxury. Executive bathroom? Uh-oh. Okay, Jesus.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
2845.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Definitely not. I do not see any keypad.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
There's no thing here. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's right there.
2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Whoa.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Just a generator running a light. Alright. Things? Good things? Bad things? Thingy things? Alright. Down, I guess. Jesus. Knocking down slowly. Oh, there we go. Man, this game's fucking with me already. I feel like there's choices I need to make that I'm not sure if I should make or not. I don't like it.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Because he never stepped outside of his boundary?
Go unanswered for long.
Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh my god, I don't like choices. Oh my god. Jesus. Light bulb button. All over it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
some X-Men shit.
Hold, Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Jesus. This is really fucking with me, man. Cameras?
Now
oh my god.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Jesus.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh my god. Alright. Button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Oh my god.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I guess I'll find out. If my fucking brain doesn't explode.
He
Jesus.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I don't know.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright. How would I do that? Do I just press buttons? They're all offline though. Oh, okay. That button? It's like pressing buttons. This is fun. Oh, that looks important. Really? It's the biggest, reddest, glowing one? I can't press. Oh, 5. Oh, this game fucks with my head, man. Oh, that one's a 3. Is there a 1 somewhere? 1, alright. I'm gonna press that. Beep. 1, 2. Oh, here's 3. 3. Oh, that one's 4. Why does it make that sound? It sounded like, no, that didn't work. Still fucking with me. What the fuck is that? 5? Oh, fuck. Oh, mind controls, idle, waiting input. Oh, can I disable in here? System power. Oh. Off.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Did I do it bad?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I don't know. I'm so, oh my God, I'm moving.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
Oh my God.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
God damn. Alright.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Huh. What the fuck? Where does this go? What? What? I'm back in my office. Was that like...
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Is this like a game that has like... just like a million endings? I hate one. Yeah, me too. Is this like one of... this has to be one of those games.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Fuck, I'm going on my right this time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Alright. Yeah,
yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. The rooms, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Did I? No, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Alright. I'm gonna fight you, game. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. It will cause death. Penalty for misuse cargo lift, $1,000. For jumping off, $5,000. Pretty hard to do when you're dead.
Look, Stanley,
oh,
I
God.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting.
What her? Who her? Uh-oh. I don't like it. I don't want... You know what? We'll go in there. Next time on Tea Stains. This episode's running a bit long because my brain is... I think it's splattered on the wall or something. God damn. Alright. When I'm back, we'll go in there. Bye. What the fuck is happening in this game?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.